I never thought my life would come to this. I never thought I'd be in my 20s and stalking a girl. My girl. But don't look at me like I'm a villain just yet. I promise you I have good reason for doing all this. I was just a regular bloke. I worked 9 to 5, I was renting a flat in the city, and I had a pretty standard life. But I tried. I tried hard for my girl because I love her. And my dream was to one day be able to give her the awesome life she deserved. Unfortunately for me, Shay got tired of waiting for that to happen. On our 6th anniversary together, I took her to the Caribbean islands. I must have put in hundreds of hours in overtime to afford it. But once we got there, Shay had no time for me. On our first day there, she spent all day taking pictures and videos for her TikTok. She was on her phone the entire time. She barely even spoke a word to me. I was so worried that I'd done something wrong because she always gave me the cold shoulder and the silent treatment when I wouldn't give her what she wanted. I was so sure she was talking to her girlfriends about the trip. And if I wanted to know what I was doing wrong, I needed to know what she was texting her girls about. I'm not proud of this, but when Shay left her phone on the table during our romantic dinner on the beach, I picked up her phone. And what I saw had me shook. My girlfriend wasn't texting her friends at all. Instead, what I saw was something even worse. She was on Tinder. And there were rows and rows of guys that she was messaging the whole day. The one she messaged the most was the chat that she left open. It was some guy called Mike who looked like some sort of tycoon. The guy had a private jet as his profile pic. How was I supposed to compete with that? Hi there, my name's Darius, and I taught my gold-digging ex a lesson she'll never forget. Do you have a unique title idea? Comment it down below and like the ones you think are interesting. You never know, your story may be the next one we post. Alright, now back to the story. I couldn't sleep that night. I lay awake just imagining all the worst things that could happen. What if she left me? All those years, all 6 years, just down the drain. I dreamed of starting a family with her, and in a snap, one of those guys on her Tinder could take it all away? So I laid out a plan. I was going to impress her like never before. I was going to say yes to everything she wanted. I was going to prove to her that I was the best boyfriend in the world. That morning, I woke up and ordered the most expensive breakfast on the menu. I surprised her with breakfast in bed. I catered to her, I massaged her feet, I even scheduled a very luxurious spa day just for her. After lunch, I took her shopping. I took her to the most expensive boutique on the island, and I let her buy whatever she wanted. All the nice dresses, the bathing suits, hats, even jewelry. I had never spoiled her this much in 6 years. But suddenly, after all the shopping was done, she turned to me and fainted. Babe, what's wrong? Are you okay? Relief came over me when her eyes fluttered open.
Oh, I must have fainted. I'm so sorry, babe. It seems like I'm coming down with the flu. I've been feeling sick all day.
Oh no! Then let's go back to the hotel. Or do you want me to take you to the hospital?
Don't be silly. It's just the flu. I'll be fine. Just need to get some rest. It's been a long day.
Of course, babe. We'll go back to the hotel. But once I was there, I realized something. Oh no, babe! I forgot about the fireflies! We're gonna miss that nighttime tour to see the fireflies. I'm so sorry. I know how much you wanted to go to that. And the guy said they can't reschedule us. But that's okay. We should stay in until you're good again.
No, babe. You paid for that. You can't stay in here with me and miss it. Besides, you might catch what I have. Just go without me.
I tried to convince my girlfriend that I'd rather stay with her, but no matter how much I reasoned with her, she kept pushing me to go. She even got mad at me for wanting to stay. So because I vowed that I would do whatever she wanted, I went by myself. But halfway to that tour, I realized something. Before I left, Shay changed into one of the dresses I bought her. She even wore the earrings we got from the shop. Why would she do that if she was just staying in the bed that evening? So I doubled back, and my instinct was right. I caught Shay sneaking out of our cabana and briskly walking towards the docks. I only had one thought on my mind. Her Tinder. I was so certain she was going to meet with that rich dude she was chatting with, so I sneaked around and I followed her. And I was right. She got on one of the yachts that was docked and I lost sight of her. When she reappeared, it was on top of the boat and she was kissing the exact same guy who I saw on her Tinder. And it broke my heart. Shay never came back to our hotel room. When I woke up the next morning, all her stuff was gone. The only clue I had as to where she was her Insta. All day, she was posting to her reels, her story, and her timeline, and all the photos was of her and that guy, Mike, on his yacht. They looked like they were having the time of their lives. In one of the pictures, the guy was presenting her with a bracelet encrusted with a bunch of diamonds that I never would have been able to afford. She used to have 200 followers. The moment she started posting about her new fabulous relationship with a rich dude, her followers doubled, tripled, they increased tenfold. I left the Caribbean islands broken, but I was also determined. If that guy was the kind of guy she wanted, I was going to be that guy. I worked hard, harder than I ever worked in my life. I started taking better care of myself, I hit the gym every day, and I cut down on all my expenses. All the money I saved, I started investing. I bought into crypto, I taught myself how to trade stocks, and every day I got better and better at it, until one day I hit it big. Thanks to one lucky trade, I became a millionaire overnight. And out of nowhere, Shay messaged me again.
Hey, I heard about the good news. Congratulations on your first million. I knew you could do it. By the way, I miss you a lot.
I didn't respond to that. She dumped me for some rich guy, and now that I'm rich too, she suddenly wants me? But then I noticed something strange. Shay would publicly post videos of her saying she misses me. And then the very next thing she would post was an extravagant gift from her new boyfriend. Suddenly, I realized what she was doing. She was playing the field. She was manipulating me into falling for her again so she could fall back on our old relationship. And she was manipulating the other guy by making him jealous. Every time she'd reminisce about our relationship, Mike would feel threatened, so he would buy her whatever she wanted. She thought she was slick, but I had learned my lesson. So I egged her on. I encouraged her. I made sure she believed that I would take her back if she left Mike. Meanwhile, all my investments kept accruing me more and more money, until finally I could afford my very own yacht. I bought one immediately, and the moment I posted a photo of it on my Instagram, I got the result I was hoping for. Shay started to get desperate. She was messaging me every day telling me she still loved me and that she'd leave Mike at any time because he was, as she put it, getting pretty boring. You know what I did? I sent all those screenshots to Mike. Mike dropped Shay like a hot potato, and that was when Shay really got desperate. She kept calling me every day, leaving voicemails begging me to meet her. She said she missed me so much and she just wanted to see me. She didn't know I was the reason her boyfriend left her. So I gave in to what Shay wanted. I invited her to my yacht, and when she got there, she hugged me and started kissing me, and I just gently pushed her away. I'm sorry, Shay. I actually just invited you to say goodbye.
What? Why?
That was when all the girls I'd met on Tinder appeared from my new yacht. See, I'm over your little games. I'm actually dating around now. Thanks to you, I became successful. I'm a bit of a womanizer now, I'll admit it. But at least I'm not being manipulated by a horrible gold digger anymore. And besides, I can't have you hanging around me. It would be awkward with my new buddy. And then Mike arrived. He was my new business partner. Turned out the guy was actually pretty cool. We all went on my new yacht and sailed off to another island. We toasted to a good life as we waved goodbye to a sobbing Shay we left behind on the docks. She wanted to play the field. She wanted to play us. Instead, she ended up playing herself.